Hi everyone and welcome to the training for the Events module. We decided to replace the modules Group Activities and Group Activities Fees with the new module Events. What are the main advantages? It's definitely more user-friendly and more powerful. In particular, we were able to reply to a specific request of a number of employers' organizations which were asking about the possibility to have online registrations to seminars, training activities, and other events organized by them. What does it mean concretely? It means that persons working in members or potential members who want to attend to events organized by your organization will be able to register online through a form created by your CRM system. The data about these persons will be stored in the database, and if they are not already present in the CRM, new member contacts or potential member contact will be automatically created. Let's now have a look more in depth about how it works. As you can see from this slide, there are some steps to be followed. During this training, you will be guided through all the steps. Let's go to the events and create a new event for the training of the Suite CRM version. You can set a date. For example, let's imagine that it will be next week at 10, and it will last 6 hours. Okay. And eventually you can choose a location and the budget, and later we will see the email invite template. In the description you could add some info and notes about your event. Then we have the delegates. We'll see this subpanel later on, and that will be the area where you invite people. Now let's directly go through the new functionality, that is the creation of a registration form. You can start by dragging and dropping all the fields that you want to appear in your form, like first name, last name, organization, email address, and maybe office phone. Okay, and you click next. So here you can eventually change a little bit what will be the graphic, let's say, and some info and some notes about your registration form. So that could be a registration page. Okay, why not? The form description. Eventually you can delete this field and the redirect URL. If you have a landing page in your website with that could be used as a thank you page, you can put it here. So for example, after a user has submitted your registration form, then this user could be redirected to a specific page, like a thank you page. Then the related event, so we have to choose to which event the registration form is related. Okay, and so we choose our training on Suite CRM version, and that's it, because the assigned to is automatically the person who is creating the form, and click on generate form. So this is how the system appears. You can change some fields if you like organization could be company name, or are you a member could be are you a member of our organization. And later on I will explain what is the company code. Now if you want, you can change some other fields, some other graphics in your registration form, and then you can save the web to contact form. I recommend you to download the registration form so that you can have it also later when you want to maybe edit it in a text editor or in a HTML editor, or you can pass this file to your if you have a provider who actually works for you and for your website. You can give this HTML code to them, and they will upload it in your website and make all the customization in order to make it fit in your website with your theme, with your colors, etc. The registration forms are not stored, are not saved inside the system. So you need, every time you create a new one, you have to download it and then you can open it in your browser, and you can eventually edit it with the text editor. One new feature of the SuiteCRM version is the account code. This is like an ID code, so every member has its own code, and only one code is for one member. So only OpenSymbol will have the 557 code. So every time you create a new member, it will get a higher code, so like 558, 559, 560, and so on. So and also when you import new members, they will automatically have an incremental code. So this code is like an ID, and when you could have two situations when you create an event. One situation is when you send the invitation to your members and to your contacts, so to people who are already in the database. If they register to your event, they will not be duplicated if they add this code inside the registration form. Even if you forward your email, the invitation email, to a colleague who is not in the database, if the colleague uses correctly this account code, he will be stored automatically inside the membership. So if, for example, Paolo registers to this event and uses this code, okay, the account code, then automatically we will have a new contact here with all the information coming from the registration page. But if the code is not added, is not typed, then a new potential member and a new potential member contact will be created. So this is the second situation when, for example, a visitor, a user who is not in your database and who didn't receive your invitation, surfing in the internet, comes to your event, comes to your website, and then in the registration page and submit a registration, then he will be automatically stored as a new potential member, and the person will be created as a new potential member contact. So these are the two situations. You can add as a variable field the account code inside the template. The next step is the creation of the template. As always, you already know how to create a template. Now I will show you another way I use. So I go to emails and then create email template. Or I can use an existing one. I want to show you the one I prepared for another demo. Event template demo, there it is. So we have here the variable field, which is contact name. Okay, you can basically use the variables here from every module in your system. So maybe you want the member contact. Okay, there it is, member contact, potential member, and you have it here. That's contact name. Okay, you can just put the mouse where you want the variable field to appear and then click insert. Okay, and voila, you have it here. Now this is just a sample. You have the text, the invitation to your training, and then here you have please register at the following link. And so this is where you will put the URL of your website, where you put your registration page, so your registration form. Okay, so basically it should be like this, and in my case it's www.opensymbol.it/registration event. Okay, so that's very easy. It's not an existing URL, but you can use yours, and once you are done you can click update. So basically then the people receiving this invitation can click and be redirected to your registration page. Now the second step is that you need to add the account code. So to do that you go to member, okay, and you look for account code. Okay, so again you have it here, and you select where you want the field to appear, and we already have it here. It's very important to remind your contact to use the account code. This is for members. So maybe you can set here if you are a member of our association. And you can invite other people from account name, etc. The potential member, of course, they do not have the code, so they can just register and stay as potential members and potential member contacts. You can let them know this using a proper sentence. You can click save. And we can go back to our event and click edit. And we go to the email invite tab and we select the email template that we have just seen. And that's it. The delegates are the people you are going to invite to the event. You click select delegates and then you can choose different ways of adding delegates. The first is from a list, just like you did for group activities, and you can choose an existing list. Okay. Just a quick recap on how to create lists. Let's go to Marketing Communications section and click on lists. Let's see, for example, this list, event invitees, it's a demo list. You can invite members. For example, you can choose members from the manufacturing industry and you search. Okay, and you will get, of course, 66 members. So let's just select the first page. Okay, and you see that automatically the system adds the 20 members I chose. And the member contacts, it works in the same way. So industry is manufacturing and search. And you see we have 15 results. So we select all and then select. So this is the way of creating member a way of creating the event invitees, so the list actually. Now we can go back to our event, and we want to add also a single contact if we want. So click on member contacts, and I will select the middle one. Okay, so you see you have here now 16 delegates. For the email invitation sending, the functionality works in the same way as the collective mail system. So you just click send invitees, and you will see here this sentence like all invitees have been scheduled. So every 10, 15, 20 minutes as you set in the scheduler, the emails for the events will be sent until the scheduler has run. The status of these delegates will be not invited. Later, we will see that it will change and it will turn into invited. So let's refresh the page and see if the emails have been sent. You see that here the status changed into invited. Of course, those contacts who do not have the email address, like this one or this one, will remain as not invited, but the others will be set as invited. So you see that I have the variable field here, that's Mr. Giovanni Vendraminetto, okay. And then I have here the code, that is the account code for my company, and also the name of my company here. So the idea is that we go to the registration page. So we have first name, I will register to the event. So that's the first situation. There we have company name, it's open symbol, email address, there it is, and office phone. This is just my browser that is giving me hints. Again, are you a member of our organization? Yes. And the company code is 557. Okay, so I will click on submit, and you see I got the thank you page. Okay, that's thank you for your request. So this is just an example for our website. Now let's refresh and see what happens here. Okay, so status is invited now, and the accept status is no response. So let's refresh the page and see. So we have the status obviously invited, and the accept status is accepted. So it means that, yeah, I completed the registration form, and yes, I'm coming to the event. So now let's see another situation. That could be when I forward the email to a colleague of mine who is not in the database, but is part of course, of our company. Let's pretend to register Alessandra, and the company code would be 557, just like in the email, and click submit. Now what happens? We will get a new contact, okay, inside the event. So if I refresh, I will see 17 people here in the second page, and there she is. Okay, now if I click on this contact, I will see that is automatically connected to OpenSymbol. Okay, so yeah, and then again, if I click on OpenSymbol and I scroll down, I will find Alessandra here with the email address. Okay, and if I scroll down inside the contact Alessandra, I will see here the events to which she actually registered. Now, the other situation is when we have a new potential member registering to the event. And are you a member of our organization? No, because in this case, Mark is just a visitor. So I will click on Submit. Mark, status is invited. So you see that now we are inside potential member contacts for Mark Meath. And if we go to MM Corporation, we will get the new status and the account name like this. And what else? Just the contacts potential member, which is Mark Meath. And here for Mark, we get the info that he registered to the event that we are discussing about. The next step here is the option of this button. So let's go through them. We can select one or more than one of these contacts and say that, and click on Manage Delegates. If you want to set that they really took part and they came to your event, you can set them as attended, for example. Okay, and you see that the status changed from invited to attended. You can also manage the acceptances. For example, you invited some people and they called you and told you, I'm not coming. You can manage the acceptance and set as declined. Okay. Or, you can again set as accepted. You can then export invitees, so you can select all the list and click on export invitees, and you will have a new Excel file with only the people who accepted the invitation, so that you can prepare a list, a participant list with all the people who registered and who said that they are coming to your event. And finally, you can manage the payment and the cost. So the cost, let's say, it would be 500, and the payment status is not paid at the beginning at least, and click Save. So now you see that everyone will have a cost and the status of the payment. So for example, for some contacts, you may ask a higher fee and change to 1000, for example, and save. Okay. Now, you got the payment from my contact and also from my colleague. So you can select here and set like cost is 500 and the payment status is paid, and save. Okay, so you get it here. Now, that's all about the event management, the creation of the form, the email template, and let's see inside the contact what happens. So we have activities, and you see training on Suite CRM version, paid 500. So that's all for the event module, the new event module. I hope it will be very helpful for your organization. And yeah, of course, at the beginning, maybe it will require a little bit to set it up, but remember that we are here to help you, so you can access through the help desk and ask for any clarification regarding the new features in the Suite CRM version. Hope you enjoy the new version, and Goodbye for now.